The Runekeeper's vault at the Summit of Etheryn. Scene 1, the crystal path at dusk. The last light of day settles over the mountain called Etheryn, and you begin your ascent along the winding crystal path. Each step carries you higher above the valley below, where soft mists curl between ancient trees and the distant sound of a river fades into gentle silence. The path beneath your boots is smooth, carved from pale stone, threaded with veins of quartz that catch the amber glow of sunset and hold it, glimmering softly, as though the mountain itself has captured the warmth of the dying day. You are the appointed keeper of the vault. Tonight, you begin your duties, climbing toward the summit where the oldest runestones in the realm are stored. There is no urgency in your steps. The mountain has waited centuries for you, and it will wait a few moments more. You carry a leather satchel over one shoulder, its weight comfortable and familiar, filled with the tools of your new vocation. A cataloging journal, a set of crystal-tipped measuring instruments, and a small lantern that you do not yet need, for the mountain provides its own light. The air grows cooler as you climb, carrying the faint scent of pine and cold mineral, and the clean, sharp fragrance of stone that has been warmed by the sun all day and is now slowly releasing that warmth into the evening. Crystals jut from the mountainside in clusters, some no larger than your thumb, others taller than you, standing like sentinels along the path. In the fading light, they glow with soft internal colors as pale lavender, rose quartz pink, the faintest hint of blue, the warm amber of late autumn honey. They hum quietly, a tone so low you feel it more than hear it, a gentle vibration that travels up through the soles of your feet and settles somewhere deep in your chest, like the echo of a lullaby half remembered from childhood. The path curves around a broad shelf of rock, and you pause to look out over the world below. The valley is filling with evening shadow, blue and violet and soft gray, layer upon layer of deepening color, settling over the landscape like blankets being drawn over a sleeping child. Lanterns are beginning to appear in the village far below, tiny points of golden light scattered like seeds across the darkening land. A single bird calls from somewhere in the trees, a long, descending note that trails away into the stillness and is not repeated. You breathe in slowly, filling your lungs with the clean mountain air. Hold that breath for a moment, feeling the coolness of it in your chest, the freshness of it on your tongue. And then release, slowly, letting the air flow out through your lips in a long, soft exhale. The crystal hum seems to deepen as you breathe out, as though the mountain itself is breathing with you, matching your rhythm, slowing its ancient pulse to meet your own. You feel the tension of the day begin to loosen in your shoulders, in the muscles of your back, in the quiet spaces behind your eyes. The climb has been gentle, but it has been enough to warm your muscles and soften the stiffness that comes from a day of traveling. Your legs feel strong and comfortable beneath you. Your breathing is easy and deep. The path narrows slightly as it winds upward through a corridor of tall crystals. They lean together overhead, forming a natural archway that filters the last of the daylight into soft, prismatic colors. Tiny rainbows dance across the stone beneath your feet, shifting with each step you take, painting the path in gentle watercolor washes of pink and gold and pale green. The air here is perfectly still and warm despite the altitude, as though the crystals themselves radiate a gentle heat, a stored memory of sunlight released slowly into the cool evening. You walk slowly through this corridor, letting your fingertips trail along the smooth surface of the crystals on either side. They are warm to the touch, smooth as polished glass, and where your fingers pass, faint lines of light follow, tracing your path like golden threads that fade slowly behind you. The mountain knows you. It recognizes the keeper, and it welcomes you home. Ahead, the path opens onto a broad ledge just below the summit. The sky above is deepening from amber to violet, and the first stars are beginning to appear, faint and silver against the gathering dark, like the first notes of a song that will fill the sky by midnight. You can see the vault doors now, set into the face of the mountain, enormous and ancient and carved with symbols that glow with a steady, warm light. You take another slow breath and continue walking. Each step feels lighter than the last, as though the mountain is gently lifting you, supporting your weight, carrying you the last few paces to its heart. The world below is quiet now, wrapped in the soft blanket of evening, and the only sound is the low, constant hum of the crystals and the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, steady and slow and perfectly at ease. Scene 2, the vault doors. You stand before the doors of the vault, and they are magnificent. Each door is twice your height and carved from a single slab of mountain crystal, polished until it gleams like dark water under starlight. The surface is covered in runes, hundreds of them, etched deep into the crystal, and filled with a substance that glows with soft, steady light. Some runes shine pale gold, like candlelight seen through amber. Others glow with silver or soft copper, or the deep, warm red of embers in a dying fire. Together, they create a pattern that shifts and moves as you watch, like constellations slowly turning in a night sky, rearranging themselves into new shapes, new meanings, new words in a language older than speech. You press your palm flat against the door. The crystal is warm, almost alive beneath your hand, pulsing with a slow, deep rhythm that matches the beating of your heart. The runes nearest your fingers brighten, recognizing your touch, and a low tone sounds from deep within the mountain, a single note of welcome that resonates through the stone and into your bones, vibrating gently in your ribs, your spine, the hollow spaces of your skull. It is not a loud sound. It is a deep sound, a sound you feel rather than hear, and it fills you with a profound sense of arrival, of homecoming, of being exactly where you are meant to be. The doors begin to open, not with the grinding of stone on stone, but with the whisper of silk drawn across silk, smooth and effortless and nearly silent. The gap between the doors widens slowly, and warm air flows outward from the vault, carrying the scent of old parchment, dried herbs, cedar and sandalwood, and something deeper. Something that smells like starlight might smell if starlight had a fragrance, clean and faintly sweet and impossibly ancient. Golden light spills across the threshold, pooling around your feet like liquid warmth, and you step inside. The entrance hall stretches before you, a long corridor carved from the living rock of the mountain. The walls are smooth and curve gently upward to meet in a vaulted ceiling high above your head, the stone polished to a soft gleam that reflects the light of the crystals set into the walls at regular intervals. Each crystal glows with its own soft light, creating pools of warmth along the corridor, and between the crystals, the stone itself has been carved with flowing patterns. Spirals and waves and gentle curves that seem to move in the steady light, like water flowing slowly down a window pane. The floor beneath your feet is inlaid with a mosaic of colored stone, deep blue and pale green and warm amber, forming a path that leads deeper into the mountain. Your footsteps make no sound on this floor. The vault absorbs every echo, every sharp edge of noise, leaving only softness and warmth and the gentle hum of the crystals that surround you. You walk slowly along the corridor, letting your eyes adjust to the golden light. The air is perfectly warm, neither hot nor cool, like a room that has been heated by a fire that has burned all day and is now radiating the accumulated warmth of hours and hours of gentle flame. You can feel the weight of the mountain above you, but it does not feel heavy or oppressive. Instead, it feels protective, sheltering, like a thick blanket drawn over you on a cold night, like the strong arm of someone who loves you resting gently across your shoulders. At the end of the corridor, the passage opens into a circular chamber with 7 doorways leading off in different directions. Above each doorway, a different rune glows, marking the path to a different chamber of the vault. In the center of the room, a small fountain trickles water over smooth stones, the soft sound filling the space with a gentle, rhythmic music that is somehow both joyful and deeply peaceful. You pause here for a moment, feeling the warmth of the vault settle around you like a cloak. Your breathing has slowed without any effort on your part, Your heartbeat has quieted. The vault is working its ancient magic, drawing the tension from your body, the noise from your mind, replacing it with stillness and warmth and the deep, patient peace of stone and crystal and time. You choose the first doorway on your left, where a rune shaped like an open book glows with pale golden light, and you step through into the Runestone library. Scene 3, the Runestone library. The Runestone library is vast and hushed, a cathedral of knowledge carved from the heart of the crystal mountain. The ceiling arches high above you, lost in soft shadow, and the walls are lined from floor to ceiling with shelves carved directly from the mountain crystal. But these shelves do not hold books. Instead, they hold runestones, thousands upon thousands of them, each one a flat piece of polished crystal no larger than your palm, etched with glowing runes and arranged in perfect, careful order. The stones glow softly in their places, each one a slightly different color, creating a tapestry of gentle light across the walls. Pale gold sits beside soft blue, warm amber beside cool green, rose beside silver, creating combinations and patterns that shift depending on where you stand and how the light falls. The effect is like standing inside a quiet sunset, surrounded by color that shifts and breathes with the faintest rhythm, as though the stones themselves are alive, dreaming their slow, crystalline dreams. A wide table stands in the center of the room, its surface smooth and dark, polished until it gleams like a pool of still water. A single runestone has been placed upon it, as though someone who came before you has left it there for your arrival. You approach the table and look down at the stone. Its rune glows with a warm, steady amber light, and when you touch it with the tip of your finger, the glow brightens slightly, and you feel a wave of warmth travel up your arm and into your chest, like drinking a cup of warm tea on a cold evening, the warmth spreading outward from your center to the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet. You pull out the heavy wooden chair and sit down. The chair is perfectly shaped, as though it was carved specifically for your body, the seat curved to support you, the back angled to hold your spine in gentle alignment, and when you lean back, you feel the tension in your lower back begin to release, the tight muscles softening, letting go, spreading outward like ice melting in warm water. The chair supports you completely. You do not need to hold yourself up. You can simply rest and be held. Around you, the runestones hum their quiet song. Each stone carries a single piece of knowledge, a word, a phrase, a memory, a dream, a mathematical proof, a recipe for healing, a description of a flower that blooms only in moonlight, and together they create a library of everything that has ever been thought or felt or imagined in this land. The sound they make is not words or music, but something between the two. A gentle murmur that fills the room like the sound of a distant ocean, vast and rhythmic and deeply, profoundly soothing. You begin to catalog. This is your work now, the gentle sorting and recording of ancient stones, and the work is slow and meditative and deeply satisfying. You pick up a stone, turn it in your fingers, feeling its smooth weight, noting its color and its rune and the particular quality of its glow. You record the details in your journal in careful, unhurried script, and then you place the stone back in its proper position on the shelf. Then you choose another, and another, and another. The rhythm of this work is soothing, repetitive without being tedious, requiring just enough attention to quiet the wandering of your mind without demanding any real effort. It is the kind of work that empties you gently, the way water slowly empties from a bowl through a small hole in the bottom, naturally, effortlessly, without drama or struggle. The library is warm and still. No sound reaches you from outside the mountain. The only movement is the gentle shifting of light across the walls as the runestones pulse softly in their places. You feel your thoughts beginning to slow, to settle, like leaves drifting down through still water, turning and spiraling gently as they descend, coming to rest one by one on the smooth bottom of a quiet pool. Scene 4, the Inscription Alcove. You leave the library through a narrow archway and find yourself in a small, intimate space carved into the deepest part of this section of the mountain. This is the Inscription Alcove, where new runes are carved into fresh crystal and old runes are carefully restored, their light renewed, their meanings preserved for another century. The alcove is circular and small, perhaps 10 paces across, with a low ceiling that curves overhead like the inside of a shell. The closeness of the space is not confining, but comforting, like being held in cupped hands, sheltered and warm and private. The walls are covered in practice carvings, rows upon rows of runes etched into the stone by the keepers who came before you, some ancient and faded until they are barely visible, some still bright with light, some carved with the careful precision of a master, others with the wobbling enthusiasm of a beginner. The effect is like reading a conversation that has been going on for centuries, each keeper adding their voice to the stone, their marks joining all the marks that came before. A single workbench sits against the far wall, its surface worn smooth by generations of use, the wood darkened and polished by the oils of 1,000 hands. The tools are laid out in neat rows, carving styluses with crystal tips that range from fine as a hair to broad as a thumbnail, brushes made from the softest animal hair, small ceramic pots of the glowing substance that fills the runes, each pot a different color: gold, silver, amber, rose, blue, violet, green. The tools are beautiful in their simplicity, worn smooth by countless hands but still perfectly functional, and they feel balanced and right when you pick them up, as though they have been waiting for exactly your grip, exactly your touch. A piece of fresh crystal sits on the workbench, blank and luminous and waiting. You select a medium stylus, roll it between your fingers to feel its weight and balance, and begin to trace a rune onto the crystal surface. The crystal yields easily to the tool, softer than you expected, and the act of carving is deeply satisfying. The gentle scratch of the tip against stone, the slow emergence of shape from blankness, the way the crystal seems to guide your hand, suggesting curves and angles, showing you where the rune wants to go. You do not need to think about what you are carving. Your hands know the shapes. The runes flow from your fingers like water flowing downhill, natural and effortless and calm. There is a meditative quality to this work that goes beyond mere relaxation. It is a kind of communion, a joining of your intention with the ancient purpose of the vault, your small, present moment act of creation, connecting you to every keeper who has ever sat at this bench and carved these same shapes into this same yielding stone. The alcove is lit by a single large crystal set into the ceiling, and its light is the color of warm honey, rich and golden and thick. It bathes the small space in a golden glow that makes everything look soft and rich and old, as though you are sitting inside a painting from another age. The air smells of mineral dust and the faint, sweet scent of the rune-filling substance, and the temperature is perfectly warm, like a room where a candle has been burning for hours, filling the space with its gentle, steady heat. As you carve, you feel your breathing deepen naturally. The repetitive motion of the stylus, the soft sound it makes against the crystal, the warm golden light, the close comfort of the small space, all of it combines to create a feeling of deep, focused calm, a quiet center of stillness within you that seems to expand with each stroke of the tool. Your mind quiets further. The thoughts that have been circling in your head throughout the day begin to lose their shape, their edges softening, their colors fading, until they are nothing more than gentle impressions, like the memory of clouds you saw once on a summer afternoon, pleasant but without any urgency, without any demand on your attention. You finish the rune and set down the stylus with a soft click. The fresh carving glows faintly, a soft blue light that pulses once, twice, 3 times, as though drawing its first breaths, and then settles into a steady, gentle glow. You sit for a moment in the warm silence, watching the light of your new rune join the light of all the others that cover the walls. Another voice added to the centuries-long conversation, another keeper's mark among the thousands, and you feel a deep sense of belonging, of continuity, of being part of something much larger and much older and much more patient than yourself. Scene 5, the mapping room. Through the next passage, you discover the mapping room. It is a tall, circular chamber with a domed ceiling, and the moment you step through the threshold, you catch your breath at its beauty. The entire ceiling is a map, not painted but grown, crystals of different colors arranged to form the shapes of continents and oceans, mountains and rivers, forests and deserts, all glowing with soft, steady light. The map is alive. Tiny points of brighter light move slowly across its surface, tracing the paths of rivers as they flow from mountain to sea, the migration routes of birds as they cross vast distances between nesting grounds, the drift of clouds across mountain ranges, the slow crawl of glaciers down ancient valleys. You can see the crystal mountain Etheryn at the center, a bright point of white light, and from it, delicate lines of gold radiate outward in every direction, connecting the vault to every corner of the mapped world, a web of golden threads stretching across the dome like the strands of a spider's web catching the morning dew. Below the domed ceiling, the room is warm and comfortable, designed for long hours of contemplation. Thick cushions are scattered across the floor in clusters, covered in fabric that is soft as velvet and slightly warm to the touch, as though the cushions themselves have been heated by the gentle light of the map above. Low wooden side tables hold cups of water and small bowls of dried fruit. A circular table occupies the center of the room, its surface a smooth disk of dark crystal that reflects the map above like a still pond reflecting the night sky, doubling the beauty, deepening the sense of immersion. You lower yourself onto one of the cushions and lean back. The cushion shapes itself to your body as you settle into it, supporting every curve and angle, rising gently around your hips and behind your back to hold you in a position of perfect comfort. You feel yourself sink into its softness with a long, slow sigh that seems to come from somewhere deep in your chest, a release of tension you did not even know you were carrying. The warmth of the room wraps around you like a favorite blanket, and the light from the ceiling map plays across your face and hands, gentle and shifting, like sunlight filtered through clear, slow-moving water. You gaze up at the map and let your eyes wander across its glowing surface. There are the silverwood forests, shimmering with pale green light, their borders shifting with the seasons. There are the dreaming seas, rippling with soft blue and turquoise, gentle waves of light moving across their surface in slow, rhythmic patterns. There are mountains you have never visited, their peaks bright with crystal light. There are valleys you have never walked, deep and green and inviting. There are rivers whose names you do not know, flowing with quiet golden light from their sources in the high peaks to their mouths in the distant seas. Each feature glows with the quiet promise of wonder, of beauty, of stories waiting to be discovered. But there is no urgency to explore them now. For now, you are here, in this warm and beautiful room, surrounded by the gentle light of a world mapped in crystal, and that is more than enough. That is everything. The tiny lights continue their slow journeys across the ceiling. A river of golden light flows from the mountains to the sea with infinite patience. A cluster of silver lights drifts across an ocean like a fleet of tiny ships. A chain of green lights pulses gently along a forest edge, marking the boundary between cultivated land and wilderness. The movements are so slow, so gentle, so perfectly rhythmic, that watching them is like watching your own breath, in and out, a natural rhythm that requires no effort, no thought, nothing but the simple act of being present and aware. Your eyelids grow heavier. The map above you blurs slightly at the edges, the colors softening, the individual lights merging into a gentle, general glow of warmth and color. You let your eyes drift half closed. The warmth of the cushion beneath you, the warmth of the room around you, the warmth of the crystal light above you, it all combines into a single, seamless feeling of comfort and peace that seems to fill you from the inside out. Scene 6, the meditation pool. You rise slowly from the cushions, your body feeling loose and warm and pleasantly heavy, and follow a gently sloping passage down to the meditation pool. The passage curves like a spiral, descending gradually into the deeper parts of the mountain. And as you walk, you trail one hand along the smooth wall, feeling the warmth of the stone beneath your fingertips. The air grows warmer as you descend, humid and soft and fragrant, like the air inside a greenhouse on a winter afternoon, thick with the scent of moisture and growing things and warm earth. The passage opens into the pool chamber, and the sound of water fills the space, not rushing or splashing or urgent, but the gentle, constant murmur of water flowing slowly over smooth stone, a sound that is somehow both present and distant, both near and far, like rain heard from inside a warm house, like a stream heard from a hilltop on a summer evening. The pool itself is set into the floor of the chamber, a wide, shallow basin of crystal filled with water that glows from within, a soft, luminous blue-green, like the color of tropical seas seen from a great height, like the color of glacial meltwater in mountain sunlight, like the color of a dream about the ocean. The light from the water dances across the walls and ceiling, creating patterns that shift and sway with the gentle movement of the water's surface. A slow, hypnotic dance of light and shadow that fills the entire chamber with a sense of fluid, flowing peace. Steam rises from the surface in slow, curling wisps, and the air is thick with warmth and moisture, and the faint, mineral scent of heated stone. The walls of the chamber are rough and natural here, uncarved and unpolished, and crystals grow from them in wild clusters, their surfaces catching the light from the pool and scattering it into 1,000 tiny points of blue and green and white that flicker gently across the stone like scattered stars. You sit on the smooth stone rim of the pool and unlace your boots. You slip your feet into the water. It is perfectly warm, the kind of warmth that melts into your skin instantly, that travels through your body like a wave, loosening every muscle it touches, softening every joint, dissolving every knot of tension you did not even know you were carrying. A sigh escapes your lips, long and slow and deeply satisfying, and you feel your whole body soften in response, your shoulders dropping, your spine releasing, your hands uncurling in your lap. The water comes up to your ankles and swirls gently around your feet. Small currents move in slow circles, massaging the soles of your feet, the spaces between your toes, the arches and heels and tendons, easing away the effort of the day's climb with patient, persistent warmth. You can feel the heat traveling up through your legs, into your calves, your knees, your thighs, into your hips and your lower back and your stomach, spreading outward through your body like sunlight spreading across a field at dawn, warming everything it touches. Around the edges of the pool, small runestones are set into the rim at regular intervals, each one glowing with a different color. They create a ring of gentle light around the water, rose and amber and pale gold and soft violet and the lightest, most delicate blue, and the light reflects off the surface of the pool and dances across your skin, painting you in soft, shifting color, wrapping you in light as the water wraps you in warmth. You close your eyes and listen to the water. The sound is so gentle, so constant, so perfectly rhythmic that it seems to synchronize with your breathing without any conscious effort on your part. You breathe in and the water murmurs softly. You breathe out and the water sighs, in and out, in and out. The rhythm is effortless and natural and deeply, profoundly soothing. The boundary between your breathing and the sound of the water dissolves, and for a long, peaceful moment, you cannot tell where you end and the pool begins. The warmth has reached your chest now, your shoulders, the back of your neck. Every muscle from your feet to your scalp has released its tension. Every thought has slowed to a gentle drift, like petals floating on the surface of still water. You sit in the warm mist, your feet in the glowing water, surrounded by soft colored light and the gentle song of flowing water, and you feel the deep, ancient peace of the mountains settling into your bones like warmth settling into stone. Scene 7, the Archive Tower. Eventually, slowly, you rise from the pool, your body warm and loose and heavy with the deep relaxation that has settled into every muscle, every joint, every fiber. You dry your feet on a soft cloth left folded on the rim and slip your boots on again, feeling the warmth still radiating through your body. A warmth that seems to come from the very center of you, from a place deeper than your muscles, deeper than your bones. A narrow staircase spirals upward from the pool chamber, carved into the living rock, each step shallow and perfectly shaped, easy to climb. You ascend slowly, your hand trailing along the smooth banister carved from a single length of crystal, warm beneath your palm. Each step feels as though it requires less effort than the last, as though the mountain is lifting you gently, supporting your weight, carrying you the last few paces toward the highest chamber of the vault. The Archive Tower is a small, round room at the very summit of Etheryn, and when you step through its doorway, the beauty of it stops your breath. The room has windows on every side, but these are not ordinary windows. They are panes of crystal, flawlessly clear, polished to perfect transparency, and through them you can see the night sky in all its vastness. Stars fill the view in every direction, thousands upon thousands of them, scattered across the black velvet of space like diamonds spilled across a dark cloth, like grains of the finest silver sand thrown across a sheet of obsidian, infinite and ancient and unspeakably beautiful. The room is furnished simply, with the warm simplicity of a place that does not need decoration, because its view is decoration enough. A narrow desk sits beneath one window, its surface smooth and dark, holding a few more runestones waiting to be catalogued. A deeply comfortable chair sits beside it, its cushions thick and worn to the perfect shape by years of use. Shelves line the walls between the windows, filled with the oldest and most precious runestones in the entire collection, each one sealed in a small crystal case that glows faintly in the starlight, pulsing with the slow, steady rhythm of a sleeping heart. You lower yourself into the chair and feel it receive you, the cushions molding to your body, the armrests accepting the weight of your arms, the headrest cradling the back of your skull. You sink deep, deeper. The chair holds you completely, perfectly, without any effort on your part. You do not need to support yourself. You do not need to hold yourself upright. You can simply surrender your weight, all of it, every ounce, and trust that you will be held. You look out through the crystal window, and the world below has vanished. A sea of clouds stretches to every horizon, glowing faintly silver in the starlight, and you are above it all, above the clouds, above the forests and rivers and villages, above the concerns and cares and small worries of the waking world. Up here, there is only silence and starlight, and the soft glow of ancient runestones keeping their patient vigil on the shelves around you. You watch the stars through the crystal panes. They seem closer here, closer than they have ever been, as though you could reach through the glass and touch them. Some are bright and steady, white or pale blue, burning with fierce, quiet intensity. Others flicker gently, gold or amber or the faintest red like candles in a distant window. And between them, the vast darkness is not empty but full, full of depth and distance and the unimaginable patience of space. They do not appear to move, and yet watching them, you feel a sense of slow, majestic motion. The turning of the world beneath you, the turning of the sky above, the great, gentle wheel of the cosmos spinning in its ancient, unhurried rhythm. You are part of that motion. You are carried by it, held by it, the way a leaf is carried by a river, the way a cloud is carried by the wind, without effort, without resistance, simply moving with the great current of time. The runestones on the shelves around you glow in sympathy with the stars, their light pulsing slowly, steadily, like the heartbeat of the mountain itself. The rhythm is deeply soothing. You feel your own heartbeat begin to match it, slowing, deepening, becoming part of the great, quiet pulse of crystal and stone and starlight, a single beat in a rhythm that has been going on since the beginning of time and will continue long after you have surrendered to the soft darkness of sleep. Scene 8, The Resting Nook. You descend from the archive tower through a passage so gentle, so perfectly graded, that you barely notice the change in elevation. The walls draw closer together as you walk, and the light dims gradually, shifting from the silver of starlight to the deep, warm amber of a single candle burning in a dark room. The passage curves softly, and the ceiling lowers, and the stone grows warmer around you, creating a feeling of enclosure and comfort, like walking into a cocoon, like pulling a heavy blanket over your head, like curling up in a space that was made specifically for you and for no one else. The passage ends in the resting nook, and you know immediately that this is the heart of the vault, the place where every path eventually leads, the quiet center around which all the other chambers orbit. It is small and warm and perfect. The ceiling is low and curved, covered in tiny crystals that glow with the faintest starlight, like a night sky seen through half-closed eyes, like the memory of stars glimpsed just before sleep. The floor is covered in thick, soft cushions and blankets, layers upon layers of them, silks and velvets and wools and fabrics you cannot name, creating a nest of extraordinary, almost impossible comfort. You lower yourself into this nest of warmth and feel the cushions rise around you, supporting your body from every direction, beneath your back, behind your shoulders, under your knees, around your hips. The blankets drape over you with a gentle, comforting weight, woven from something impossibly soft, and they hold you the way that warm water holds you, completely and equally and without any pressure or resistance. The warmth is immediate and complete, wrapping around your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your shoulders, your neck. Every single part of you is held and warmed and cradled and supported. The tiny crystals in the ceiling glow with the gentlest possible light, barely more than a suggestion of starlight, barely more than a dream of illumination. As you watch, they seem to pulse very slowly, very gently, growing fractionally brighter, then fractionally dimmer, brighter then dimmer. The rhythm is so slow, so gentle, so perfectly calibrated that you cannot quite track it consciously. It simply becomes part of the background of your awareness, like the sound of your own heartbeat, like the feeling of your own breath. A gentle ebb and flow of light that mirrors the gentle ebb and flow of your breathing. The resting nook smells of lavender and warm stone and something sweet and ancient, like honey that has been stored in crystal for 1,000 years, like the scent of sun-warmed flowers preserved in amber, like the fragrance of a memory so old and so pleasant that it has become part of the air itself. The air is still and warm and perfectly humid. No sound reaches you from the other chambers. No sound reaches you from the mountain. No sound reaches you from the world outside. The silence is complete and perfect, not empty silence but full silence. Silence that is full of warmth, full of comfort, full of the quiet, patient, loving presence of the mountain that holds you. Your body grows heavier. The cushions seem to soften further beneath you, cradling you more deeply with each passing moment, and the blankets settle more firmly around your shoulders, your chest, your arms. Your hands rest at your sides, your fingers curled loosely, your palms warm and open and soft. Your feet are warm and still. Your legs are heavy and warm and completely relaxed, sinking into the cushions without resistance. Your back is supported completely, every curve and angle of your spine held in gentle, perfect alignment. Your neck is comfortable. Your jaw has unclenched. The tiny muscles around your eyes have softened. The space between your eyebrows has smoothed. You are safe here. You are warm here. You are held here. The mountain holds you. The vault holds you. The ancient stones and the glowing crystals and the deep, patient, timeless silence of this place hold you, and there is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to think about, nothing you need to worry about, nothing you need to solve or fix or understand. You can simply rest. You can simply be here, in this warmth, in this softness, in this perfect, absolute comfort, and let everything else fall away. Scene 9, Deepening into Sleep. The light in the resting nook dims further, the tiny ceiling crystals fading to the barest whisper of starlight, the gentlest suggestion of glow, barely enough to distinguish from the soft darkness that surrounds it. The warmth around you deepens, becoming something more than physical, a warmth that reaches into your mind, into the quiet spaces between your thoughts, softening everything it touches, dissolving the last thin threads of wakefulness with patient, gentle, irresistible tenderness. Let your breathing settle now into its slowest, most natural rhythm. There is no need to control it. There is no need to shape it or direct it or make it do anything at all. Simply notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the way the air flows in through your nose, cool and clean, and flows out through your lips, warm and soft. In and out, in and out. Each breath is a little slower than the last. Each exhale is a little longer, a little deeper, a little more complete. With each exhale, you feel yourself sinking deeper into the cushions, deeper into warmth, deeper into stillness, deeper into the soft, yielding comfort that cradles every part of your body. The boundaries of your physical self are becoming soft and indistinct, like the edges of a cloud dissolving slowly into a summer sky, like the outline of a shape seen through frosted glass, like the last light of sunset fading into the blue of evening. You can still feel the warmth of the blankets, the softness of the cushions, but they seem to be merging with your own warmth, your own softness, until there is no clear difference between you and the comfort that surrounds you. The runestones throughout the vault are dimming now, one by one, like candles being gently extinguished by a soft breath. The library runes fade from their bright, varied colors to a uniform, soft ember glow, barely visible, like the last light in a fireplace after the flames have died. The inscription alcove darkens to a whisper of gold, a memory of warmth. The mapping room ceiling settles into the faintest ghost of starlight, the tiny moving lights slowing and dimming until they are barely distinguishable from the darkness around them. The meditation pool grows still, its gentle murmuring fading to silence, the water cooling to perfect stillness, its glow dimming to the faintest, most delicate blue, like moonlight reflected in still water. The entire vault is settling into sleep along with you. The mountain itself is drawing inward, folding its crystalline walls around this small, warm chamber like a hand closing gently around a precious stone, like petals closing around the heart of a flower at nightfall, like the whole world contracting to this single point of warmth and safety and rest. You are at the center of it all. The keeper, held by the thing you keep, the guardian, guarded, the watcher, watched over. The one who came to catalog the vault has been cataloged by it, sorted and shelved and placed in the gentlest, warmest, most perfect spot in the entire collection. Breathe in slowly now. Let the air fill your lungs naturally, without effort. Hold for just a moment, a single, peaceful moment of stillness, and then release. Feel the breath flow out of you like water flowing downhill, effortless and natural and complete, carrying with it the last traces of wakefulness, the last wisps of coherent thought, the last tiny sparks of alertness that have been flickering in the darkness of your mind like fireflies at the end of a summer evening. Let them go. They will be there in the morning, waiting for you, fresh and bright and ready. But for now, let them go. Your body is deeply, profoundly relaxed. Your feet are heavy and warm, resting on the cushions without tension, without effort, without any impulse to move. Your legs are heavy and warm, sinking into the softness beneath them as though the cushions are made of warm cloud. Your hips are heavy. Your stomach rises and falls with your breathing, slow and gentle and rhythmic, a tide going in and out, in and out. Your chest is warm and open. Your shoulders have dropped away from your ears, settling into the cushions with a final, gentle release of tension that you feel as a wave of warmth and relief spreading across your upper back and down your arms. Your arms are heavy at your sides, resting without effort, without intention. Your hands are open and warm, your fingers loosely curled. Your neck is comfortable and perfectly supported. Your jaw is soft, your teeth slightly parted. Your lips are relaxed and still. Your eyes are closed, and behind them there is only softness, only warmth, only the gentlest amber glow, fading slowly, slowly, slowly into the deepest, most peaceful, most welcoming darkness you have ever known. Scene 10, the deep stillness. You are resting now in the deepest chamber of the vault, in the deepest part of the mountain, in the deepest part of the night. The world above is very far away, separated from you by stone and crystal and silence and warmth. The stars turn slowly in their ancient courses overhead. The clouds drift silently over the sleeping valleys. The rivers flow quietly through the dark forests, carrying moonlight on their surfaces. The villages sleep beneath their roofs of stone and thatch. And here, at the very summit of Etheryn, at the very heart of the mountain, everything is still. The last crystals have dimmed to darkness. The last runes have faded to silence. The mountain is sleeping, and you are sleeping with it, nested in the warm heart of stone and crystal and ancient peace, safe and comfortable and profoundly, completely at rest. If any thoughts drift through your mind now, let them pass without following them, without examining them, without giving them your attention. They are like clouds crossing a night sky, soft and distant and temporary. They require nothing from you. Simply notice them if they appear and let them go. Watch them float past and dissolve into the warm darkness, and behind them there is only stillness, only warmth, only the deep, quiet, infinite darkness of perfect rest. Your breathing continues its slow, steady rhythm. In and out, in and out. Each breath is effortless, as natural as a wave rolling onto a shore, as automatic as the turning of the earth, requiring nothing from you but your willingness to let it happen. Each breath carries you deeper. There is no bottom to this rest, no limit to how deeply you can sink into this warmth, this comfort, this peace. With every breath, you descend a little further, a little more gently, a little more completely, into the softest, warmest, most peaceful sleep you have ever experienced. Breathe in and out, in and out. The vault keeps you. The mountain holds you. The crystals hum their ancient, silent song, a song that is not sound but feeling, not music but warmth, not melody but the deep, steady, eternal pulse of the earth itself, beating slowly, slowly, slowly beneath you, around you, within you. You are the keeper and you are kept. You are the guardian and you are guarded. You are the watcher and you are watched over. In this place, at the summit of the Crystal Mountain, in the warm heart of the ancient vault, surrounded by thousands of glowing runestones that hold the accumulated wisdom and dreams of centuries, you are held in perfect safety, perfect warmth, perfect peace. There is nothing more to do. There is nowhere more to go. There is nothing left to think about, nothing left to worry over, nothing left to plan or solve or decide. The story has carried you here, gently and slowly, like a river carrying a leaf, like a breeze carrying a seed, to this place of deep and total rest. And now the story grows quiet. The words grow soft. The sentences grow long and slow and gentle, like the breathing of someone who has already fallen deeply, peacefully, completely asleep. Rest now, keeper of the vault. The runestones will glow softly through the night, keeping their ancient, patient vigil, and they will still be here when morning comes, bright and warm and waiting. But morning is very far away. Morning is a distant, gentle thing that will come in its own time, slowly and kindly, with warm light and soft sounds and the sweet, clean scent of mountain air. For now, there is only this, only warmth, only stillness, only the deep, encompassing, infinite comfort of rest. Sleep deeply now, sleep peacefully, sleep well. The mountain holds you, the vault keeps you, the runes glow softly in the dark. And all is well. All is well. All is well.